Welcome back. After the break, I'm fully composed and very professional. Who has the problem now?
I just snorted.
Yeah, this is my work environment. I just want you to know. So let's discuss my apparently creepy neighbor.
Okay, so while this was during the winter when it was snowing before you and Joe
It was actually almost spring.
It was, but we got hit in Utah with our hard snow.
Mm-hmm. I was busy passing a kidney stone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. So I was taking care of things here at the old homestead while Kate and her hubby were gone.
We took Daddy on a field trip.
Does he like to be called Daddy?
Probably not. Daddy, but I want a trained squirrel. Carry on.
Okay. So I decided that I probably had best shovel you all out before you got back.
Needless to say, it all melted, but anyway, but that's beside
the point. And that's so typically Utah for you. Anyway, so the garage door was open, the snowblower's out, I'm going to town, I'm getting the job done.
What a good friend.
I have this weird thing with snow blowing. Like, it is the one chore. If there's a snowblower involved, I'm all over it. I don't...
Okay, what you need to understand is if there's a chore, he's not interested.
No.
If there's anything that's manually physical at all, he'll just sit back and watch. Yeah.
I used to cheerlead Kate while she painted her walls.
It's true. And the time that we did, what did we call that? The that project when Joe was out of town? The great... I don't remember. Anyway, we rearranged the whole house. It was the great
renovation.
Yeah, we rearranged the whole house while my husband was out of town, and I made him work because I wasn't moving that bed or that comfy chair from the basement to the... No, I wasn't going to do that.
Oh my goodness.
That was a good time.
The stairs, it's like the freaking, what do I call it? The Matterhorn?
No, the Everest.
The Everest.
Yes. It's unfortunate that we weren't filming that because that would have made a great Fun Friday video.
Yes, it would have made an awesome Fun Friday video.
All right, let's get back on topic.
So yeah, snow blowing. So I finally come to the point where I've got the front walk done and the driveway's done, and the snowblower doesn't really come up on the front walk and the steps very well. So I'm shoveling and I'm doing my thing when out of the blue, and I have to demonstrate this for you all.
Allow me to demonstrate.
So let's say I'm up here, this gentleman comes from around the corner. Just creepy. Like that. It was creepy. Very much so. So I'm shoveling.
Does it make you wonder how long he was like, here's the wall, and he's like...
I kind of did. Like, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to,
Yeah.
So he steps steps out. And I kind of just waited for a minute.
Because he didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything. And I have an experience with crazy people. I taught in education for 12 years.
He's creepy and crazy now?
Well, he just stared. He didn't say anything. And I didn't want to upset the crazy man.
Poor neighbor.
Although I did have a snow shovel, so I guess it could have been snow shovel in the face.
Arrowed. I have a crush on every boy.
And you do.
I do not.
So yeah, I wait for a minute, and eventually he says, I need to talk to Joe. Is Joe around? About that fast. Kind of like Kate's been talking this whole show. No, Joe's not here right now. He's out of town. Another long, long pause. Would you like me to tell him you were here? I continue shoveling only to discover that he had creeped away in the night.
How long did it take you to shovel that walk?
A long time.
Apparently, if it was nighttime now.
Oh yeah, huh?
And I'm the one that's struggling.
Yes. So yeah, so that's my creepy old man story. But
and what a creepy old man story it was. Speaking of creepy...
Oh, I was going to say speaking of creepy, but go ahead.
I have a story for you.
All right, you go tell yours first.
Okay, so today we've discussed before about Beaverly Lesley, whom we love.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who also has a locket with our photos in it.
I think we've mentioned this before.
Yes. We talked about this on our tattoo video.
Yes.
So she has a locket that has Jared's and my picture in it. So she was wearing it today.
Was she really?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's tender. Well, as I'm talking to her, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and I was kind of like talking, working and, kind of going back and forth. So as I look over, no lie, she takes the necklace, all of a sudden she's like, and clutches it. She grabs it in her hand and she's like, clutches it like this. And I said,
were one of us in pain?
No.
Did she feel our pain?
No. It was more like a virtual hug, if you will.
Oh,
so she's like, oh.
That's where that warm, fuzzy feeling came from.
Well, and I looked at her and she goes, hello, friends. So it was awesome.
The funny thing about that locket is I have a picture of it. Because when she showed it to me.
That's right.
And I've seriously been thinking about using it for my profile picture on Facebook.
You should. You'd be thrilled.
That might be my next,
That's awesome.
my next. But I've been changing my profile picture a lot lately.
I know.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh, who's crazy now? Interesting.
A little bit.
Oh, and here's the other thing that Beaverly did that made me laugh today. So
yes.
In our previous episode, we talked about, don't you know who I am, right?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, don't you know who I am? I don't. Continue.
Speaking of I don't. So Beverly and she has to take her computer down to IT today because she has a bunch of questions for them that I had already answered, but she wouldn't listen to me. It's not like I'm not used to that.
Didn't she do IT for a while somewhere?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so she wanted to ask them all these questions, etc., etc. So the guy, we had to wait for them for a minute because they were out, and he comes to the window, and now she has a ticket open to get. Did you just make that face at me?
No, I was just, during the break, Kate drew me a picture.
Okay, let's just get back to. Anyway, we're running out of time here.
Yes.
So. She is waiting on a desktop. She has a ticket open and was checking on the status of it, right? Mm-hmm. So the guy comes to the window and she says to him, I need to get a desktop. I am checking on it. And he's like, okay. And she says, I'm Beverly Lesley.
Did she really say yes. Beverly Lesley?
She said, she used her real name. But she said, I'm Beverly Lesley.
But speaking of Beverly Lesley, but go ahead.
So she said, I'm Beverly Lesley. And he just kind of looked at her like, yeah, and so I said, don't you know who she is?
She's Beverly Lesley.
So all of IT should know who she is and that she's waiting on a desktop because she is the only person in the company.
And the only person that stalks us pictures of us in a locket. More important.
That's true. Did you want to say something about Beverly Lesley?
No, I'm going to save it.
Wow, there's a cliffhanger for you.
Yep, it's going to be a cliffhanger. So, on that note.
Speaking of cliffs and hanging.
Never mind. I was going to sign out, but apparently not.
Well, we just wanted to let you know that this Friday, you will have the opportunity to see Jared and I engage in vadering.
Yes, and for those of you that don't know, this is the latest craze to hit the internet. And we're going to make you watch it to discover what vadering is. And you'll also see the picture that goes along with it. And
you'll also learn why I can't remember the last time that I was on a trampoline.
I can remember the last time I was on a trampoline. It was when I was 17, and clearly that was the last time.
You told me it was 16. Okay, he lies. Furthermore, I'm not good on a trampoline. You'll see why. Really awkward.
All right, minions, that's it.
So check out our video on Friday.
For this episode, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
We'll see you next time.